The following is a special presentation of Extreme E-Speed TV, your new home for everything iRacing and E-Speed.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Cool-Ray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
Racers, get the most horsepower from your great engine with Profabrication Headers and Exhaust. Profabrication Headers and Exhaust is an official partner of the American Crate All-Star Series and used by winning racers such as Dylan Brown, Logan Robertson, Carson Ferguson, Christian Hanger, Cody Overton, and Eli Beats. Profabrication Headers and Exhaust, just a click of a mouse away at profabrication.com. Quality that wins. Get yours at profabrication.com.
Dyer Trucking in Mohawk, Tennessee is family owned and operated, and their main goal is to always please their customers and deliver their freight in a timely manner. If you need it hauled and you're in East Tennessee, the number you need is 423-393-4229. That's 423-393-4229. Dyer Trucking's also on Facebook. Pick up the phone and give Brad and his family a call today. Dyer Trucking. If you need it, they can get it. Find them on Facebook.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today, we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Coolray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
Welcome back to the Dirt Track at Charlotte here for the Frostbite 50, sanctioned by Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series and Cody Early. We are happy to have you back here with us tonight as we get things started. Adam, we're going to kick off the season here tonight with our first bit of racing from an Extreme E-Speed TV standpoint and a Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series standpoint here at Charlotte.
Yeah, it's good to be back, Travis, and we're really pumped to be here. And I quite honestly think that this is going to be one of the best events of the year, kicking off the season. You know, we're going to look back on the year, and we're going to say, okay, it was a really good season. We had some great finishes, some great battles. But when you look back at it, this right here, there's a reason we start the season. There's a reason we do these sanctioned events at the Dirt Track at Charlotte, and it's because we know how dramatic some of these races can be. So I'm excited to be here. If you're just tuning in, we've got everything from the hot laps taking place right now, Houston Guttering time trials, Combs Cut's Last Chance Showdown to the main event, the Frostbite 50. So it's good to be back in the booth with you, Travis, as we watch some of these cars make some laps.
Well, and if anyone watches during the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series, Adam, we know this time during the pre-race show is also times where we dip our toe into the news cycle, see what's going on out there in the world of iRacing, especially in regards to the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series, and that's when you pull out your handy-dandy notebook because you've got some key storylines here for tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the intro. And I will say, this is a brand new notebook. You know, there were coffee cup stains on there. There's, ruffled pages and that, but brand new, spanking new notebook, and I'm happy to bring it here as we begin with the Frostbite 50, tonight's event. It is the first race of the 2023 calendar year, and it is a sanctioned event for all drivers. Now, when it comes to the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series, that 2023 season kicks off in just 14 days at the dirt track at Charlotte for the second annual Super Bowl of Racing, presented by Vortex Wraps. It'll be the first of 25, that's right, count them, 25 events in 2023, including some new stops with Lucas Oil Speedway, Lincoln Speedway. So those are some fun ones I know the drivers are getting excited to go to, as am I, quite honestly. Some other things to keep note of. We're coming off of a really thrilling Icebreaker 100, one that I just was enthralled by watching online on Extreme eSpeed TV. And we'll have the 4th annual Icebreaker 100 this December 19th and 20th at Cedar Lake Speedway. So registration for that event, it's underway now, actually. You may think like it's way down the line, but no, we are getting into that mode right now. So check out the Pro Late Model Dirt Series Discord for more details. I do want to mention that races open to all drivers, and it opens 1 month prior to the event, include April 12th, June 7th, and November 8th. So write this down. I'm going to give you a few more details right now. April 12th, that'll be the Heartbreaker at Limaland. $100 to win. I'll tell you what, that'll be April 12th, the first opportunity for anyone. This is a good recruit race for you if you'd like to be a part of it, of the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series in the future. So April 12th. The next one I'm telling you is June 7th, the Love Our Troops 100 at Kokomo. That's another $100 to win with the ASCA 360 Sprint Car Series. So June 7th, the second date I want you to write down. And finally, that third one, November 8th, for the Early Bird 100 at Lucas Oil. That's a $200 to win one. And winner actually locks himself into the Icebreaker. So that's kind of a double jeopardy right there, the opportunity. So November 8th, that's your third date. And then finally, I do want to say that the Bumblebee 33 at Bristol, you know what it is? It is set for June 14th. The front-wheel drive and Bang Bangers will get their shot to headline a show, and it will be at the Bristol Motor Speedway. This event will actually feature the front-wheel drive Honda Civics. Now, registration, not open yet, but it will open soon, and the purse will be announced soon as well. So this is the first of its kind for the Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Keep your ears and eyes peeled for the Bumblebee 33 details. Now, finally, before I sign off with our first notebook segment of the season, I do want to say, if you are not following us yet on Facebook or joining us, please do so at the Pro Late Model Dirt Series, both on Facebook, Instagram, and if you have any questions at all, plmdirtseries@gmail.com. Once again, plmdirtseries@gmail.com. Our race director, Cody Early, will be more than happy to respond, but all those messages will be filtered through little brother Andy, and with that, there is the first Adam's Notebook of the season.
Well, with that, I think of those recruit races, Adam, I see constantly people reaching out to Cody about how they can be a part of the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series. It's a great series. It's competitive. It's a lot of fun. They do a lot of racing throughout the year. So there's a high demand, and really, it's invite only. So it's getting into these events, putting on a good show, being a good driver out on the track, in the chat rooms, with the other drivers, and that's how you get that invite, and that's how you get to be a part of this growing series, especially as we head into the season here in 2023.
Yeah, and it's a good feeler. Like you basically detailed it, but there's a lot of guys who say, am I even good enough to race this league? Am I too overqualified? There's not many of those, but they'll say, hey, this is a good opportunity, I think, for you to kind of test the waters. So keep those dates in mind. April 12th, June 7th, November 8th. You don't have to do them all. If there's one you're interested in, just check out the page. In fact, even if you go as far as just commenting on a post, Cody will get in touch with you if if you have any questions or want to learn more. So I'm really excited to see what new talent we bring into the series this year and quite honestly beyond.
So we have a few drivers out there. Looking at the lineup here, Adam, we've got 24 drivers. So if this holds, we will not have our Combs Cuts Last Chance Showdown tonight. And all 24 drivers would advance from the heat to the main event. Of course, that 50-lap Frostbite 50 here at the dirt track at Charlotte. Watching the 57, that's AJ Cruz out there on the track here during warm-ups. So as usual, thank you for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you jump in the comments there. Little brother Andy's monitoring that throughout the night, and we'll get back to you. We'll take your picks. We'll have some fun on there as well, as what's set to be a fun night of racing here at Charlotte tonight as we move closer and closer to this Frostbite 50. We're going to take one more commercial break. When we come back, we will head into our Houston guttering time trials. We appreciate you for tuning in as you're watching Extreme E-Speed TV.
Trucking in Mohawk, Tennessee is family owned and operated, and their main goal is to always please their customers and deliver their freight in a timely manner. If you need it hauled and you're in East Tennessee, the number you need is 423-393-4229. That's 423-393-4229. Dyer Trucking's also on Facebook. Pick up the phone and give Brad and his family a call today. Dyer Trucking. If you need it, they can get it. Find them on Facebook. .107 Tire and Service Center is your one-stop shop for all your car care needs, and they're now a Cooper Tire dealer. American tires for the American worker. Buy a set of Cooper tires and get free tire rotation and repairs for the life of the tire. They have a 12,000-mile or 12-month warranty on most repairs. Check out 107 Tire and Service Center. They're located at 6256 Irwin Highway, Chuckey, or call them at 423-620-4970. For all your car care needs, 107 Tire and Service Center. Family owned and operated. And their number one goal is your satisfaction. Find 107 Tire and Service Center on Facebook or call them today at 423-620-4970.
Racers, get the most horsepower from your great engine with Profabrication Headers and Exhaust. Profabrication Headers and Exhaust is an official partner of the American Crate All-Star Series and used by winning racers such as Dylan Brown, Logan Robertson, Carson Ferguson, Christian Hanger, Cody Overton, and Eli Beats. Profabrication Headers and Exhaust, just a click of a mouse away at profabrication.com. Quality that wins. Get yours at profabrication.com.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Coolray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
Welcome back to the dirt track at Charlotte as we get ready to go here with the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series sanctioned Frostbite 50 here, Adam. Drivers meeting has occurred. We've got less than a minute to Houston guttering time trials, and looking at our fast laps during hot laps here, who sticks out to you as we head on to time trials here in a minute?
Well, I'll tell you what, Austin McGlone, I think he's ready to make a statement this season in the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series. Now, if you remember, he kind of came in, midway point of the year last year, so he's atop the charts right now in convincing fashion, and just a couple spots behind him you have Dylan Perry, but I'm eager to learn about some of these other guys. Tucker, what does Tucker have to show us that a lot of the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series fans haven't seen just yet? That's something I'm looking forward to, as well as Cruz and Carr finishing out the top 5 in kind of these hot laps. So a lot of the new guys, you look at that top 5, we're split. We're split between guys who we've seen before and ones that I think this audience is ready to learn more about.
So as we have hot laps here, we're now down to 57 seconds, so we count down to those Houston guttering time trials that we will have here. Those will set the field for our carrier heat races, Adam. As mentioned, it doesn't look like we'll have that last chance qualifier, so we'll move on to that feature event tonight. There will be a 10-minute warm-up in there before that feature event. And then it's 50 laps around this track in the shadows of Charlotte Motor Speedway just across the street. You've got this dirt track here that we're at. We drove up from Atlanta for this event, so it's been a nice drive over here, spending time together, getting back on the road as we get ready for this 2023 season, as we watch some final prep work occur out on the track, Adam, and then we'll get back into the rhythm of things here with Houston Guttering Time Trials coming up next.
Absolutely, and these drivers, this is an event they've had circled on their calendar. You think a lot of times, okay, the fans, the broadcasters, we're looking forward to it. Well, we've had a chance to talk to a couple of these guys. They're itching to get back out there. They've been doing races all through December, all through the quote-unquote off-season, if there really is an off-season. So when it comes back to getting to these sanctioned events, there's a reason we do these, because there is a need, there's a desire, there's a want to get back out here. And we're just moments away from seeing these guys really put it to the test. You really only get an appetizer's worth of taste in the hot laps. So this is where we really have some fun as the guys get a little lined up here and first down on the track.
So our qualifying session here, our Houston Guttering Time Trials, will kick off. Plenty of cars getting out on there on the track. So we have a few of them here, including Austin McGlone, Adam. He was atop the charts there during the hot lap session.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see where he kind of throws this up there on his first laps around. I know we got a lot of drivers moving out there trying to share that space. So as we get the results live, you'll see them on the left side of your screen as the sun begins to set. Looks like the 712 of Dixon puts down the first one out of Eastman, Georgia. Bowman takes the lead in front of him with a 15.38. Jonkman a couple of spots behind. Dawson splits that back up and puts a 3. And look at that. Dylan Perry just behind McGlone with a 15.39. Just behind McGlone's 15.38. So you see Carlton pop on the board. Carr, who's really quick. So there's a lot of lap times getting thrown on your screen right there, but you are seeing it live. Recently, a few drivers cracking the top 5. On your screen, you got Andy Piercefield rocking that Coolray blue and black. Love to see those.
There's the 67 of Dawson. He was 6th fastest there as he made his way around. As now the 13, that's Caleb Ramsey. He's out there on the track as well. Caleb currently 10th fastest. Caleb comes from Lafayette, Tennessee.
And sneakily, you see right there the number 81 in 3rd. That being Joey Lamb, coming to us from North Carolina.
Kendall Tucker makes his lap. 20 laps complete. It's still Austin McGlone, Dylan Perry atop the charts. Joey Lamb, Chance Carr. Oh, as they Kendall Tucker will jump up to second as we watch him around. That bumps down Dylan Perry to third, Brett Carlton to fourth, and Joey Lamb to fifth.
Well, then Carlton really leapfrogged to even get in the top 5. Carlton, of course, a name we're familiar with out of Royal Palm Beach, Florida. So good to see him in the top 5. Look at that, Fritz in the 48 car. Scott Fritz out of Leonardtown, Maryland, breaking the top 5 with a 15.42.
So 22 cars have made laps. During our hot lap session, Bobby Rafferty and Josh Vanger did not make laps. They have not made laps here in Houston Guttering time trials as well. So we got Drew Hopkins out there. We're currently watching that 157. He's 8th fastest as our qualifying session comes to an end. It's going to be Kendall Tucker, our quick time in Houston Guttering time trials.
That's right. Kendall Tucker making Mount Airy, North Carolina proud tonight. It's a great start to the evening. And that'll bring us to Carrier Heat Race number 1. Let's see these cars go side by side. It'll be Drew Junkman up top next to Michael Covey. You got Tyler Bowman and Trey Davis in the second row. Third row with Tyler Rice and series owner Cody Early right there. I like that title he's got on there. And 7th, Bobby Rafferty out of New York.
So they will get lined up here on the front stretch behind that iRacing pace truck here tonight. See them lined up with nice Drew Junkman machine there. Reminds me of the old Billy Moyer paint scheme there. So a good looker there. That's the other cool thing, Adam. We talk about it throughout the season. The personalities that these drivers put into their paint schemes. Some of them are based off their sponsors. Some of them are based off their dirt late models in the real world there. Some of them are based off of key paint schemes that they've been fans of. So it's cool seeing all that fandom and all that personality throughout the paint schemes.
I mean, yeah, and anytime we start talking about these schemes, it gets me excited for when we do throwback, a week later in the season. I mean, that's when you really see that creativity come out. I believe it was Zach Chapman, a name that we see the Scooby-Doo machine, or the McDonald's machine. I just love the creativity these guys have. As much time as they put on the on-track efforts, they definitely put a lot of work in behind the scenes. So we're just waiting now for our pace truck to set the field and get us going. Look at that, a packed crowd as the sun continues to set in this beautiful evening here. It looks like we're just about to have them roll out here on Extreme E-Speed TV. If you're just tuning in, we encourage you to settle in, whether we're on in the background or we have your complete attention. We appreciate you joining us this evening as the cars roll out and we get ready to go green in just a few moments.
So they will get lined up, ready to go. As they are out on the track, we'll throw up that ticker, which will show you their running order throughout the night. So we appreciate you tuning in and watching this. 8 laps will make up our Carrier Heat races here tonight, as we have the 21 of Drew Junkman and Michael Covey there on the front row. As the pace lights go off that iRacing pace truck, that means we will go to green for the first time here tonight from Charlotte. Next time by, and Adam, you know this, these heat races can go by quickly. So some of these drivers, as they set that field for tonight's feature event, are going to want to move up as quickly as they can and take advantage of those opportunities as they make their way through 3 and 4. Around turn number 4, the crowd is on their feet here at Charlotte. Green flag will wave. Our first Carrier Heat race is underway as it's Junkman and Covey on that front row, side by side through 1 and 2.
And Covey immediately stayed committed to that top line. You see Junkman, he's holding that tight and down low as he's trying to get that bumper to stay in front of Covey. It's going to work for a moment, but now they kind of swap different positions, and we have some crossover.
That allows Trey Davis, he's in that 4 machine, he's now entered that picture for the lead as he watches them battle up front, go back and forth, crossover after crossover, as it is Covey that time by. Junkman, though, will take advantage through 1 and 2 as he'll now take the lead down the backstretch.
And if you're Trey Davis or Tyler Bowman, you just want to stay in the picture. You just want to stay relevant. Let them make an error. Let them make a mistake as we ride on with Drew Jonkman right now. He's flip-flopping back and forth with Michael. And in the moment, it's Jonkman for the lead, and they just cross paths again.
So they continue to battle up front. Now there's a battle for third. That's got Tyler Bowman and Trey Davis. They're side by side as we're halfway here in Carrier Heat Race number 1.
That's right. You see Kavi with probably the most comfortable lead we've seen so far, but there's a couple points in this track where you're seeing it kind of even up. I don't think either lane has the clear advantage at this moment. I think that's why we're seeing them now starting to go single file. Wouldn't be shocked if you see Jonkman make a little bit of a dive down here. Oh, wow, look at that. Tyler Bowman almost making contact with the 21, but stays in the picture, but out of the wreck.
So they continue to battle up front, side by side, as now it's Coffee with the lead as they work the white flag lap here at Charlotte.
That's right, white flag. Will Kavi be able to hold him off? We are about to find out. A little bit of action there in the back bumper. Oh, taken out by the bottom. Not what you want to see for the 21. And that right there will give it to Kavi, I believe. Incredible finish there. Hey, they took the chance. They tried something. Tried to get risky. And it went the opposite way. But my goodness, what a finish to Carrier Heat Race number 1. As it is Michael Kavi taking it. And now we are all set for Carrier Heat Race number 2. Well, we will see if we can emulate that drama once again here on Extreme eSpeed TV. That's the way to kick off the night with the Carrier Heat Races, and our second one will feature a good mix of drivers. It'll be up top Caleb Ramsey, side by side with Corey Sibley. Second row of Parker Dixon and Benjamin Easler. Third row of Andy Piercefield and Chase Dunau, with Josh Van Gore 7th. So pace truck out, getting them all set. And what I respect about this crowd is they are still on their feet right now. The Frostbite 50 is drawing ever so near with each and every passing lap. We are 1 Carrier Heat Race through, almost ready for number 2. And a little bit of contact, not used to seeing that type of finish in any of our races usually, but my goodness, you saw Jonkman try to dive down low, and hey, you got to give him credit for giving him a shot, but he hit the tires down there at the bottom, and I guess it didn't pay off this time. Maybe that kind of gamble works in the main race, the feature. We shall see, but for now, we got Caleb Ramsey ready to get us going from the dirt track at Charlotte. Pace truck lights, I believe, are off, so we might be going green here momentarily. Just 6 cars in this heat race. Doesn't look like Josh Van Gore was able to make it. As I believe the pace truck is off. We are about to go green here from the dirt track at Charlotte. It is time for Carrier Heat Race number 2, and we are green.
So it's Caleb Ramsey up front. He's got Corey Sibley to his outside there. They're still side by side throughout the field. It's Dixon and Easler in that second row there. It's going to be the 13 of Caleb Ramsey jumping out to the lead after lap number 1. Oh, and it's Sibley fighting back on that outside line.
And Sibley almost had it there. Ramsey holding him off for a moment, but you see Sibley charging down from the bottom lane right now. When he takes it, diving down low, but not low enough to hit the tire barriers. He's going to cross the line just behind what is now Caleb Ramsey. who wants to retake what was his, and we'll see if they can do it second time by Parker Dixon and Benjamin Easler battling for third and fourth. Right now it is a two-man show in Carrier Heat Race number 2.
So it's Ramsey out front. He's got Sibley in second, Parker Dixon in third, Easley in fourth, as they continue to make their way around their working lap number 4. It'll be halfway this time by in Carrier Heat Race number 2.
I don't think they're related, but this is a Sibley rivalry right now with Corey just flip-flopping. Now in second, once again, back to first. Oh my goodness, we are seeing quite the race from these guys. They are putting on a show at the dirt track.
So they continue to battle up front as Ramsey will take over there. Dixon in third. You've got Easley back. That's Piercefield in fifth. He's got Dunau behind him as they battle for that 5th position. But up front, it's Caleb Ramsey. Great run by Sibley there now as they work lap number 7. It's less than 2 laps to go here in Carrier Heat Race number 2.
Man, you see Sibley in that 999 just trying to hold off Ramsey in the 13, and they are going back and forth, right at the line, so close as we inch ever so close to another dramatic finish, quite possibly. Look at that, Sibley coming right back around.
Make their way around here as they work the final lap, and it is Corey Sibley. He will claim Heat Race number 2.
Another incredible finish where it could have been either of those guys getting it, but alas, we gear up for what's to come next in the night's action.
As we will head to our warm-up session here, we'll take one more quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have our pre-race festivities, and we'll work towards this 50-lap feature event here at Charlotte. You're watching Extreme E-Speed TV.
Dyer Trucking in Mohawk, Tennessee is family owned and operated, and their main goal is to always please their customers and deliver their freight in a timely manner. If you need it hauled and you're in East Tennessee, the number you need is 423-393-4229. That's 423-393-4229. Dyer Trucking's also on Facebook. Pick up the phone and give Brad and his family a call today. Dyer Trucking. If you need it, they can get it. Find them on Facebook.
Racers, get the most horsepower from your great engine with Pro-Fabrication Headers and Exhaust. Pro-Fabrication Headers and Exhaust is an official partner of the American Crate All-Star Series and used by winning racers such as Dylan Brown, Logan Robertson, Carson Ferguson, Christian Hanger, Cody Overton, and Eli Beats. Pro-Fabrication Headers and Exhaust, just a click of a mouse away at profabrication.com. Quality that wins. Get yours at profabrication.com.
People want to have a one-stop shop. They need us for now all these different services, not just the heating and air side.
When things are going wrong, you want the company that's going to be able to get things done as fast as possible for you.
Today, we're going to be in over 600 homes. What the customers can count on is we're going to send a competent person to your home with a vehicle that's stocked and prepared. We're going to do what's right.
Right now, we're waiving our $79 service fee with any Coolray, Brightbox, or Mr. Plumber service.
107 Tire and Service Center is your one-stop shop for all your car care needs, and they're now a Cooper Tire dealer. American tires for the American worker. Buy a set of Cooper tires and get free tire rotation and repairs for the life of the tire. They have a 12,000-mile or 12-month warranty on most repairs. Check out 107 Tire and Service Center. They're located at 6256 Irwin Highway, Chuckey, or call them at 423-620-4970. For all your car care needs, 107 Tire and Service Center. Family owned and operated. And their number one goal is your satisfaction. Find 107 Tire and Service Center on Facebook or call them today at 423-620-4970.
Welcome back to the Dirt Track at Charlotte as we head towards that feature event for the Frostbite 50. We're going to take it down trackside for tonight's national anthem.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Dirt Track at Charlotte for the Frostbite 50. The cars are on the track, and so is the starting lineup on your screen. It'll be Kendall Tucker leading us next to Austin McGlone. Second row, defending Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series champion Dylan Perry side by side with fellow series driver Brett Carlton. Behind them, Scott Fritz and Joey Lamb. Chance Carr, Drew Hopkins, AJ Cruz, then Evan Dawson, Michael Cavey, Corey Sibley, Tyler Bowman and Caleb Ramsey, Trey Davis and Parker Dixon, Cody Early and Benjamin Easler, Tyler Rice and Chase Denow, and Drew Jonkman and Andy Piercefield.
So that will get our lineup ready to go as they make their way around 3 and 4 for the final time. This crowd here at Charlotte's on their feet as the green flag will wave on the 2023 Frostbite 50 at Charlotte. It's Tucker sliding up in front of McGlone. McGlone will let it off. They're going to be 4 wide coming off of turn number 2.
4 wide as Tucker tried to tuck it in right now.
Now it's Dylan Perry in third as McGlone and Tucker continue to cross it over for the lead. Tucker will slide back in front as they go through 1 and 2. As you've got Dylan Perry on the inside battling for third. He's watching this battle up front from beyond.
Man, and how many times have we seen that last season with Dylan Perry? You kind of forget about him. You kind of ignore him until you see a little bit of contact there in the wall. But McGlone, now your leader, holding off Tucker. Tucker diving down low and taking it back over. But Dylan Perry, like we said, probably has these guys right where he wants them.
Watching Tucker and McGlone, they continue to battle side by side for the lead. They continue to battle. It's a 3-car battle between Carlton, Fritz, and Perry. That's a battle for third. Watching from on as it's now Scott Fritz. Now Carlton will slide back in front. He'll hold on to the third position.
Just like that, 10% of the way through this race, and it is flying by with these drivers, already showcasing their best skills. Who says this isn't a regular season race? This sanctioned event is bringing the firepower as Tucker just edges McGlone. You'll notice McGlone on these runs right here. He's going to get close. He may even take the lead like you see right now, but it seems like Tucker is very comfortable up top as you'll see him just dive back under and hop right back up to the top. So credit to Tucker for finding the lane he likes and I think he's content with giving it back and forth with McGlone right now.
Drivers throughout the field have elevated up to that outside line here as we have 6 laps down, working lap number 7. McGlone will slide back in front, but Tucker likes that move to the inside, that slide job through 3 and 4, as he will lead this lap. They'll move on to lap number 8.
Yeah, and it's working for him, so why try anything differently? Now, we know that this track is going to get a little more slick. It's going to get darker out. The laps are clearly affecting the dirt right now, but Tucker is going to take it while he has it, and he still holds just a little bit of an edge over McGlone, even though there's periodic times where McGlone is taking the lead. But don't look past Carlton, who's rifled up to third.
Brett Carlton came on late in that 2022 season last night. He looks like he is poised for a good run. Oh, there's contact back in the pack, as it looks like Drew Hopkins was involved. You can see the damage on the back of his 157 machine. He's fallen back to 13th. He started in 8th at the beginning of this thing. There was contact. He got out of shape. But, Adam, we've got 10 laps into this. We're 1/5 of the way, and we've made it clean here with this talent of class we have tonight.
You know, the key word, talent. These drivers are some of the best in iRacing. I'll tell you what, they're putting on a show for the drivers. They're putting on a show for the fans in the stands, and they're putting a show on for you on Extreme eSpeed TV. So 12 laps in, we appreciate that you are watching Tucker, McGlone, and Carlton put on the show. Perry, not out of it just yet. And like you said, we had Hopkins and Bowman they've been near each other near the back of the pack right now. Mid-pack is jumbled, as you see a little bit of contact there with the 157 and Drew Hopkins able to stay clean, but you can tell damage is affecting the way that thing is driving.
And Adam, there's some slight movement. Chance Carr, he's up into the top 5. He's up 2 spots. But the biggest mover here early is that 75 machine of Andy Piercefield. He's up 5 spots. He started at the back of the pack. He's now up to 17th as he's trying to make his way up through the field. A good debut for him here during this 2023 season.
Absolutely, up 5 spots already. Down to 4, just getting passed right now by Drew. But I'll tell you what, also near the top, Chance Carr in that 5th spot right now, up 2 spots. And Chance is just kind of holding his own. He's not really being flanked by anyone on the left or right, but he is looking at those 2 in front of him, Dylan Perry and Brett Carlton. If one of them make an error, he's going to take that top line groove. And right now, I think he's got a comfortable distance between he and the guys in front of him.
And you can see that as P7 machine of Dylan Perry. He's trying to use that inside line while the rest of the field is up to the outside. We'll see if that inside line comes in. And if it clicks, you got to think he's going to have a chance. As speaking of chance, he gets into the wall in turn number 1 as they continue to battle side by side. That's a battle for 4th.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, Dylan Perry, I doubt his heart rate is even up right now as you see him get past there by Carr. But you know Dylan Perry, I don't even think he white-knuckle drives this until we get to really the last 15 laps. We can see a little bit of contact right there. That might get the white-knuckling going right now as Chance Carr falls behind Perry after that contact.
They got 3 wide with Brett Carlton. That was a battle for 3rd. As you look up ahead, Kendall Tucker is now reaching the back of the field as they go around Cody Early and the 6 of Tyler Rice. That opens the door for McGlone to at least peek to the inside. Tucker will hold on as we've got 20 laps now in the books.
And and when we were going through hot laps, I was talking about Austin McGlone. I said that car, front of that vehicle is not going to get dirty because he's going to be near the front all night. But I'll tell you what, it is going to get dirty because he's already come up as we have our first caution of the night. He's already come up on some of that lap traffic.
So we had some of the tail end of the field go a lap down. This one looks like it's Cody Early bringing out our first caution of the night on lap number 21. You can see he was just trying to get out of the way. Brett Carlton, who was running 3rd. Ooh, Chance Carr involved as well. So some guys in the top 5 involved. It looks like it's Cody Early that will go to the tail of the field. Chance Carr will hold on to the 4th. Dylan Perry will hold on to that 5th spot. So a lucky break there for some of the leaders. And Adam, we went 20 laps caution-free. This is their first chance to try to catch their breath.
Yeah, you got to think they're saying, wow, this kind of started with a shotgun start. There really was no easing into this race. Usually we got the Houston Guttering time trials, and, we get into some of the Combs Cuts Last Chance Showdown, really an opportunity for you to get those reps. But I'll tell you what, it felt like when the green flag dropped, really, what else dropped? The foot on the gas pedal, and they were 100 miles an hour from the start. And this has got to be a good opportunity. Hopefully these guys are getting a glass of water or something because it is not going to get any easier. We have 30 more laps to go. A lot on the line here in the Frostbite 50.
So Kendall Tucker will hold on to the lead. Great battle there between he and Austin McGlone as they had traded it back and forth. Tucker had kind of settled in there. McGlone was trying to take advantage of some of that lap traffic. But we'll get lined up 2 by 2. We're 20 laps into this 50-lap Frostbite 50, Adam. We'll see if we've got another long green flag run in us here, as this will stack them back up with Austin McGlone, Tucker bringing us back to green. The green flag will wave. Tucker gets that jump in turn number 4. He'll be able to slide out in front of McGlone, as McGlone will now move to the outside. You see a few more drivers here with this double file restart moving to the inside there, as it looks like the caution will come out. Looks like Drew Hopkins involved. Of course, we saw him with some damage earlier in the night with our Cool Ray instant replay.
Yeah, we'll watch this car right here. Just gets a little bit contact with the guy in front of him. He then gets rear-ended, and luckily only that contact there with the 6. But with Tyler Rice, other than that, not too damaging, and they'll kind of get restacked. But you got to think, we were a little spoiled with 20 uninterrupted laps. Are we going to see another run? Are we even going to see an opportunity for these guys to come across lap traffic again? You know, you'd like to see a green flag run go that long, but it's hard to bet on that.
Well, little brother Andy's in the chat. He put boogity, boogity, boogity. And another thing DW used to say, cautions breed cautions. So we're here. We had our first caution after 20 laps. Now we have our second one here just a lap later. Of course, thank you for tuning in to Extreme eSpeed TV. Make sure you follow Extreme eSpeed TV on Facebook. We're the official home of the Cool Ray Pro Late Model Dirt Series. And if you're watching on YouTube, throw a chat in there. Tell us who your pick is, as we're just before halfway. Picks at this point will still count, and you can still claim that you picked that winner. And right now, it looks like Tucker and McGlone are the class of the field out front, but you can see that track starting to change, Adam. Be interested to see what lines may come in and who that may benefit.
Yeah, you see the lights. We tweeted with Bob Procris, found out that this track does have lights for moments like this, as we're about to go back to green. That track is only going to get shinier as this dirt darkens here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
So they'll make their way through 3 and 4. Tucker will mash the gas again there in turn number 4. Chase Carr makes early work as he looks to the inside. Ooh, contact with Carlton and Fritz. Oh, and it looks like maybe Carlton will go around. Will stay green as of now. 4 wide back in the pack, but up front it is Kendall Tucker holding on to that lead.
Really impressed and kind of surprised that did not go yellow. Not at race control, but more of just the great driving to correct it. Kendall Tucker, kind of a name. As we go 4 wide with Andy Piercefield on your screen right now, we'll see if he can hold it. He's having a great race so far, up 5 spots, looking to go up 6, but he's got a lot of talented drivers around him.
So you got that 157, of course, he was in our first caution. He's trying to work his way back up. That's Drew Hopkins trying to move back up towards the field. As you can see, there's guys all the way up against the wall, guys all the way against those tires on the inside as this tire track continues to slick. Ooh, the 157 up into the wall hard there in 1 and 2. Drew Hopkins really pressing to get up towards the lead, as we will be halfway this time by.
I'm just not sure his car is completely the way he wants it, but he's going to still drive it, and he's still going to drive it competitively, as we're seeing right now, as he's really riding that wall. We are halfway through this race. Tucker's still holding that lead, and it's really going to be a McGlone car and Perry battle to see if they can catch him.
So you can see the front 4 have somewhat broken away there. Perry now has moved to that outside as he looks to the outside of McGlone. He'll check up. A smart move there as McGlone and Carr were side by side up ahead of him. They'll get single file now as they work that high side of the track. All this battle for second is a welcome sight to Tucker as he sets some gap between them. His lead's up to 7/10 as they go down the backstretch, as that 3-car now 4-car battle for second rages on.
That's right. We are probably, since the first 10 laps is the most spread out, we've seen some of these in the middle of the pack. So, some of our hard chargers, as you like to say, can Trey Davis sitting in 11th right now. He's up 4 spots overall. Can he crack that top 10? You already see A.J. Cruz in the top 5, up 4 from where this race started. Oh, A.J. Cruz now up to 3rd, up 6 spots, hard charging. He is battling as we are 3 wide. Austin McGlone, Dylan Perry, A.J. Cruz. A little bit of bumping and grinding going on, but 21 laps to go. Ooh, some contact in the wall. Ooh, Dylan Perry almost clips the back end.
Dylan Perry will make a move to the inside. That'll move him up into the 3rd spot. This battle raging on. You can see 5 cars there battling for that 3rd spot. Now it's Austin McGlone coming up from behind as he's now fallen back to the 7th spot. While this battle rages on here, Chance Carr and Kendall Tucker have pulled away, but a great battle here for the 3rd position.
Man, and I'm seeing some movement from these cars and, fighting for that 3rd spot. Those 5 cars right there, they're a little more loose than I think they're comfortable admitting, and I think that could lead to a little bit of a, sheet metal banging towards these final laps, and that, could we see a yellow? We just might. I don't think this stays green the rest of the way, and that's not an announcer's jinx. That's just what feels like logic at this moment.
17 laps to go now as they settle, and they continue to battle on there, really from 4th on back now. A.J. Cruz up into that 4th spot. Chance Carr still in that 2nd spot. They're both up 5 positions from the start of the race, along with Trey Davis. Drew Jonkman, he is up into 16th, also up 5 as we look at some of our hard chargers here. And you continue to see those guys to that outside, Adam, bouncing off that wall as they go through 1 and 2, trying to pick up everything you can as we've got 15 laps to go, and it's still that 0-0 of Kendall Tucker out front.
Yeah, with this type of gap right now, it's going to take a caution to catch up to Tucker. But like you said, they really are. A lot of these drivers are using that top wall, and it's a forgiving wall, quite honestly, right now. We've seen several drivers, brush up against it, and it's not catching their tires. It's not doing damage, per se, but it's also not really helping any of them rocket ahead and catch up to Kendall Tucker. So I'm going to give credit right now, though, at this point in the race, to Chance Carr. Up 5 spots and kind of holding his own. I'm not sure he has enough with going on 12 laps to go to catch Tucker, sans caution, but we shall see as Tucker's kind of facing the challenge of lap traffic. Will he navigate it? We're about to find out.
So he comes up to the back. That's Chase Dunow and Tyler Rice as they're side-by-side battling. That's a battle for 21st. Door opens, and the leader of Tucker is able to slide to the inside. Now that puts Chance Carr behind them, as now he will try to move up through these two. As Kendall Tucker's lead is now over 1 second, as Chance Carr now works these 2 lap cars, he'll shoot the middle, as that opening will close down the backstretch, but he will clear them. So we've got some separation up front until you get back to Scott Fritz. He's in 5th. He's trying to chase down Joey Lamb in that 81 machine. And then you got to go back to Michael Covey there. He's up 3 spots into 8th as he's trying now to get around Austin McGlone. Austin McGlone's back to 8th now, Adam. He was battling for the lead early in this Frostbite 50.
Yeah, and he's a guy that even though there's only 9 laps to go, I'm not going to count him out just yet. I think this lap traffic will play a huge factor. And it's almost like with each lap car, you're kind of passing the baton behind you saying, hey, guy behind me, good luck trying to get through this. The navigation of this, it takes a skill. It's one thing to lead guys. It's another thing to get behind guys and retake the lead and laps. So coming up on 7 laps to go next time by, Kendall Tucker, he's in prime position, quite honestly.
You can see Tucker there. You can see the distance he has on Chance Carr. That's behind him, plus that lap car of Benjamin Easley. As now it is Kendall Tucker coming up on the back of the number 3. That's Cody Early. It's going to be 6 laps to go here, Adam. Another long green flag run. It's really our second of the night. And now we're counting down those laps. Next time by, we're only going to have 5 laps to go in this Frostbite 50.
And, bottom of your screen, you're seeing Andy Piercefield. And we were just praising Andy Piercefield. He's going to have a top 20 most likely. He's up 4 spots from where he started. But now with, 4 of these guys already being lapped, Andy's next on that list. And with 5 laps to go, there's a possibility Tucker could catch up to him and do it. But, man, it's just incredible right now. The pace of this race, the fact that we've only had, 1.5, I'll call it a half caution for that second one. As we see 3 wide there battling. These guys are not giving up, and there is our caution. Announcer's jinx activated.
So it looked like it started with Parker Dixon. We'll see Austin McGlone involved, a few cars involved in this one, as we'll watch that Parker Dixon machine make his way around. Oh, it looked like he got into that outside wall. Don't think it's him. Now we'll go back to Tyler Rice here. He was battling Austin McGlone. These are the two that I think end up on the infield there in turn number 1. Ooh, and Austin McGlone it looked like he just kept coming up and maybe into that 6 machine coming off of turn number 4.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's a tale of two sides. This second half of the race for Austin McGlone has quite honestly been forgettable. I really thought we were going to see a guaranteed top 3, but that's why we race it, That's why we do the laps, because you can't always assume. And what I will assume, that Austin's going to have a really big 2023 season in the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series. So looks like race control's putting us up to 4 laps. So when they hit the green flag, likely drop to 3, and it's going to be a run. This is kind of the nightmare situation for Kendall Tucker. And if you're Dylan Perry in 3rd or Chance Carr in 2nd, you're really playing with house money. You have an opportunity to catch the leader, and if you don't get it, well, you weren't supposed to have it 4 laps ago.
Yeah, their gap is gone now that they were behind, and really the front 5 had all gotten stretched out and separated. So we saw this last year too, when Dylan Perry would have an off night, all of a sudden at the end of the night, you're looking, there's a restart with a few handful laps of go, and Dylan Perry's up there in the top 3. So really some strong runners up there. Scott Fritz, Joey Lamb, some really fast cars here tonight. As we're going back to green, it's going to be 3 laps to go when they cross that line. Tucker's out front. He's got Chance Carr, Dylan Perry, Joey Lamb, and Scott Fritz behind him. They're going to chase him down with less than 3 laps to go.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, that single file restart, that only benefits Kendall Tucker, I feel like. So he got a heck of a start there without really anyone having to stress him out being to his left or his right. So if he can just hit his marks, we got ourselves a Frostbite 50 winner, with Carr and Perry looking to at least lock up a podium.
White flag will wave. You can see Tucker's now moved to the inside through 1 and 2, all the way down to that grass. They're side by side with Carr and Dylan Perry for 2nd, so that's a welcome sight for Tucker out front. He'll go through turns 3 and 4 for the final time, and your Frostbite 50 winner is Kendall Tucker in that 00 machine. Chance Carr 2nd, Dylan Perry 3rd, Joey Lamb 4th, Scott Fritz in 5th, and that is your top 5 here at Charlotte. So we will get lined up here on the front stretch. Kendall Tucker, Chance Carr, and Dylan Perry. And as usual, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers. What a night, Adam. I didn't expect the green flag runs. I should have, now looking back at it with the class of field that we had here. But a 20-lap run to start it, and then a 28-lap run to finish it. But it was Kendall Tucker out front, able to hold on. He had some challengers throughout the night. But in the end, he will come out on top.
Yeah, and that's a name I'm not as familiar with, but excited to get a chance to talk to him here in a moment. As we look at the final standings there on the left side, and that's why we race the laps. It's hard to predict, what you're going to see, but man, this sure was a great start to the season. I guess you can say it's not the regular season per se, but it is the start to the season. As you see, Kendall Tucker, Chance Carr, Dylan Perry, Joey Lamb, and Scott Fritz rounding out your top 5. Of course, the rest of the top 10 include AJ Cruz, Tyler Bowman, Corey Sibley, Trey Davis, and Drew Hopkins. And you can see the rest of them on your screen, with Cody Early rounding out the rear 18th on your screen, and then Michael Covey, the final race. Man, all of them, though, put up a heck of a battle. All of them kind of had their moments, too, that made you say, man, I need to see more of this driver. So I'm really excited to see what comes up. And I'm also really excited right now to be joined by our 3rd place finisher, Dylan Perry. And Dylan, it's been, I haven't talked to you since last year, but it doesn't look like much has changed for you. How fun was it being back out there in the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series?
Oh, that's always fun whenever I can run under any PLM PLMDS sanctioned race. Sorry, it's been a minute since I did this, but I had fun. I mean, it was good to knock some of the rest off and get back out here with some of the guys. So I enjoyed it.
You finished third about where you started, and did you feel like at any point, there was some movement? We saw the guy in front of you, with Chance, he finished up 5 spots from where he started, but Kendall started up top, finished up top. Did you feel like there was ever a point in the race where you might be able to make a run? I know we had a long green flag run, or 2 really, but was there a point where you felt like you had a shot, or are you pretty content with that third place finish?
I felt like I had a little more speed than kind of where we finished, but it was all about just being at the right place at the right time to get by some of these guys, and I just didn't really have the luck side of it, so there wasn't much I could do. I mean, at the end of the day, a top 3 is still a good run with these guys, so I can't complain too much.
Kind of briefly, before we let you go, and I wanted to jump to the season ahead for the Coolray Pro Late Model Dirt Series. We're 2 weeks away from the actual official start to the regular season. What are you, as the defending champ, what are you excited for this year? What's now that you've done a full year with the series, what's there to look forward to for you and everyone kind of watching from home?
Mainly I'm just looking forward to trying to defend everything that I was able to accomplish last year, because I've had a couple of different people tell me that I had a fantastic year last year, and it's going to be hard to top it. I mean, it's kind of like I'm nowhere close to this good, but it's kind of like JD and his $2 million year. It'd be cool to do it again, but even if you get half as much, it's still a pretty dang good year. So I'm hoping that I can pick off a couple good races and hopefully win the points again.
Absolutely. We'll be excited to watch, and for the first time this season, but most likely not the last, I want to give you an opportunity to shout out some of those partners before we say goodnight.
Always, first and foremost, I got to thank Handy. He's been a tremendous help on and off the racetrack, and I don't think I'd be able to do what I do without him backing me, and it means the world to me. And second, which I usually don't mention them second, but they deserve it, all the guys over at CBR, they help me week in and week out, whether it's racing or anything. They're definitely all the guys that I want in my corner, no matter what it is. I enjoy each one of them, and definitely couldn't replace them if I had to. Rapid Race Graphics, Stealth Racing Carburetors, Harrison Automotive, Newt's Lawn Care, Phantom Race Engines, B&B Custom Baits, Combs Cuts, Goat Farm Posse, just everybody that helps me. I try to mention all of them, but I know there's times that I forget some of them, and I just couldn't do it without each and every one of them, and I want to thank all of them personally.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it, Dylan. Looking forward to seeing you later this season. Have a great night, and congrats on a great finish.
Thank you, and thank y'all as always.
Now joining us is the number 2, Chance Carr. He'll come home second tonight. Chance, we had some long green flag runs there, and the battle up there in the top 5 was heated all 50 laps. You didn't really get a chance to breathe throughout that event.
No, not really. Dylan was pretty quick, and pretty much were pretty close all night. Just didn't have anything for Kendall. Wish we could have gotten there, but track was tough to figure out. Felt like I was all right in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 just didn't know exactly where to go, and I think that's what killed us.
What's going through your mind? You're battling there from really second on back to 6th. You're trying to go after the leader, but you have these other 3-4 cars that won't let you go, and really you had to battle them off as much as you were trying to chase down the leader.
Oh, definitely, especially earlier in the race. I felt pretty good. Like we had a top 3 car, just couldn't really exactly go anywhere and still searching for grip, but just had to stay patient. Knew eventually we get a yellow, and hopefully by that time we would have been up there enough to have a shot, and we did. Just couldn't capitalize, but we'll definitely take second.
Could you kind of walk us through what was happening with the track? We saw you and really Austin McGlone were up front. Looks like both of you had a chance at Kendall, but as the race went on, Kendall pulled away, and it was really a struggle to try to figure out the track to chase him down.
Yeah, definitely. Early on, it definitely felt like the top was there, but as the race went on, it started slicking it off from top to bottom and got black, and you kind of had to move around 1 and 2. I felt like I could kind of be anywhere and still keep pace, but 3 and 4, he was running a large slider line. I tried it, and I just didn't feel like I was as good, and kept trying to think and process what to do there, but never could figure it out.
Well, it was a great run to Second Chance. Any sponsors you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, I definitely got to thank all of you guys at the Pro Late Model Dirt Series putting it on Extreme eSpeed Network for broadcasting, and I got to thank D1RT Racing. That's my team, and they helped me a lot, and they helped me through this race. I got to thank Go Racing Designs for a great looking wrap, and Apex Industries.
Well, great run tonight, Chance. Hopefully we'll see and talk to you again soon. That is Chance Carr, your second place finisher. I'll now throw it over to Adam Johnson. He's got our winner. It's Kendall Tucker.
That's right, Kendall. Thank you for joining us, and thanks, quite honestly, for putting on a heck of a show. You know, you start and finish in the same spot, that being up top. Was there a point, especially in those green flag runs, those two longer ones, where you had any really worries at all at any point in this race?
Yeah, I was pretty worried there, first 20 or so laps of the race. Austin, I couldn't get him away from me for whatever reason. No matter what line I seemed to try to run, he just always seemed to be right there on me coming out of the corners. So just tried to keep it out of the wall and keep a clean car underneath me there, because I figured once I could just get past, the track state that he was really good in, I was hoping that once the track widened out, we could showcase our ability a little bit more there. So luckily, the track widened out there the longer the race went on, and was able to get a long green flag run in there to that last caution with 3 to go. Was getting into some lap traffic there and had lapped a couple people before that caution, but all in all, it was a fairly clean run. Just got to thank Cody and everybody for putting on the league, and you guys for the broadcast.
Absolutely, it's our pleasure. And you kind of touched on it with the lap traffic. How big a storyline or how big a deal was it between not only having to navigate that lap traffic, which you did quite well with, but also the track obviously changed from when the green flag first dropped on lap number 1. Were those factors as big of a deal as they seemed on the broadcast, or were they not too big of a deal for you?
Well, the second time we got into lap traffic there before that last caution, I had a pretty good gap there to second, so I was able to give myself a little more room and a little more patience to try to work around those guys when I come up on them. So, but the first time, whenever Austin was on me there and we got into lap traffic, luckily we didn't get into it too much there, because he might have been able to make something happen there, set a pick with a lap or some sort of deal like that. But luckily was able to make a couple good moves there, through lap traffic and hold him off and just wait until that caution come out, and was able to bunch everybody back up. And I feel like during that caution, the track kind of transitioned a little bit and started kind of widening out to where you could kind of start chasing moisture a little bit instead of just rolling right through the middle there, because I just kind of seemed to me that's what kind of line he was running there, and every time I tried to run it, I was just lost in the no man's land and losing even more time than the line I was already running. So just happy to bring home the win here and qualify on the pole. Getting out front here early was definitely pretty huge. Just like I said, thanks to Cody for the league and you guys for the broadcast.
Absolutely. Well, before we let you go, I want to give you an opportunity to shout out any partners you have this year and tonight especially.
Yeah, just everybody at Swindell Speed Lab and Slick Sim Sport, everything they do for me, and I thank Dustin Hall with Dominator Designs and iWraps, and just thanks to Cody and all his guys for the league and everybody Extreme Esports, for the broadcast. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, Kendall, congratulations once again. Hopefully we get to see you again very soon, and have a great evening and enjoy this one.
Right. Thanks, man. See y'all again soon.
So with that, Adam, our Frostbite 50 comes to a close here from Charlotte. But we'll be back up here in Charlotte, actually Concord, North Carolina, in 2 weeks, Adam, for the second annual Super Bowl of Racing presented by Vortex Wraps here at the Dirt Track of Charlotte. That will kick off our 2023 season here with the Cool Ray Pro Late Model Dirt Series. As always, we appreciate you for tuning in to Extreme eSpeed TV. We're going to sign off for now. As we mentioned, we look forward to you joining us throughout the 2023 season. And we thank you for tuning here tonight. For Adam Johnson, I am Travis Piercefield, and we look forward to seeing you at a racetrack soon.
This copyrighted broadcast of Extreme eSpeed TV Network is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without express written consent of the Extreme eSpeed TV Network is strictly prohibited. We hope you've enjoyed this broadcast.